Welcome to the Hood. My name is Jack, your Hood sommelier, and today we are talking about 5 things you need to know on your bottles. Most of the time when you go to the grocery store or you go to a liquor store, you may see some things on your bottles that you don't know what that means. Let me give you 5 secret things that you can see on your bottle that will tell you immediately what you need to know. Number 1, bottle in bond. What does that mean? If you look at these 2 different bottles, they say the same thing. At the bottom of this bottle, you see bottle in bond, and at the top of this bottle, you see also bottle in bond. In the layman term, when somebody tells you bottle in bond, all they're saying is 100 proof. For a distillery to be able to say that their whiskey is bottle in bond, actually, it has to do with the federal government. Most federal government cannot allow you, or most liquor commission cannot allow you to claim that you bottle something in bond unless whatever whiskey you are bottling all came from the same rick house, from the same season, and are 100 in proof. If you don't see anything that is bonded or says bottle in bond, what it means is that the distillery kind of had free range to do whatever they want. A lot of people actually trust bottle in bond bottles versus actually any regular bottle they can find because they know it's been regulated before they can purchase it. Number 2, one of the things you see on bottles that are very interesting, and some people actually only swear by it, is the expression single barrel. What does that mean? What does single barrel mean? So if you look on this bottle, it says single barrel. If you also look on this bottle, it also says single barrel. So what does single barrel mean? Think about people in a family, 2 brothers or 2 sisters from the same family. Obviously, they were raised by the same parents, but they may have different character. They may have different personality. So when you hear single barrel, think of it as unique to whatever brand this is. So most people only like single barrels for a reason. They want something unique to drink. So how does the single barrel came about? If you think about it, you go in a rick house and there is plenty of barrels everywhere. Well, we have multiple barrels, and the distiller is tasting these barrels and go, "Oh, you sir here taste different than the other barrels that I put here in the same house. I want to bottle you specifically away from everybody else." So they are singling this barrel out. So single barrel. The good thing and the bad thing about single barrels is that if you actually drinking this today as a single barrel, you may find another bottle of the same thing in single barrel and it may taste completely different. So you think about, someone and their brother or twins from the same house, but yet you talk to A and you get this, but you talk to B and you get something different, but they all have the same name, they look alike, you think it's the same thing, but it's not. So usually when I find a single barrel that I like, I try, like you can see here, I try not to drink it all because it's so unique in its character that I try to keep it for special occasion. I know people that will only swear by single barrel, and they only buy single barrels because they want that uniqueness of their bottle. Number 3, we'll be speaking of barrel proof. You can hear, sometimes people will use barrel proof, cask strength, cask proof, barrel strength. It all mean the same thing. What most people don't understand when it comes to whiskey is that when your whiskey comes out of the barrel, there is someone that blends it, cuts it with water to decide how you are going to have your whiskey. I don't like that. That's why on my channel, I always say the truth is barrel proof. The reason why I say that is because I want my whiskey exactly how Jesus intended it to come to me. So I want my whiskey to come straight from the barrel the way I like it. Everybody have their favorite whiskey. I usually go for barrel proof because I want to have the opportunity to take some water or some mineral water and distill my own alcohol and bring it down to the proofage that I want so I can taste it the way I want. So you truly get the authentic whiskey when you buy barrel proof. So when you see any bottle that say barrel proof, what you want, you get exactly what the juice was intended to be. Number 4, biggest expression you see in most whiskey bottles are small batch. And people don't understand what that means. They will buy it because they heard about it, but it's a small batch. Think of it as on the line of uniqueness. Single barrel is very unique. But right after single barrel, right, you have small batch. So if you have to go by, very unique, you have barrel proof because exactly how it's supposed to come. Then we have single barrel because it's unique and particular. Then you have small batch. How are small batch or small batches made? In a rick house, it goes the same way. Think of it as a union. They're tasting all the barrels and they go, okay, barrel A, barrel B, and barrel C kind of taste similar. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna take barrel A, B, and C, blend it together, and we're gonna have a small batch. So it's also unique, but is widely and vastly more available than a single barrel or a barrel proof. Also, it makes distiller more money if they can take 3 or 4 barrel and blend it together and make you one single taste of you for you to have. So if you're someone that actually like your whiskey to have a little character, but not too much, or still have that uniqueness, yes, you have small batches that you can actually go after. Small batches can also have correlation. They can be, low proof, barrel proof. They can be bottle and bond small batches as well. So you find those uniqueness that. Number 5, one thing that is becoming common right now in the world of whiskey is sourcing whiskey. What does that mean? It means that somebody have barrels, but they don't have any liquor. So they can go to another distiller and say, get me some of your whiskey and I will put it in my barrel. And then once I get the taste I want, I will sell it out there. So by the alcohol or the liquor regulations, you have to pay attention. Some people will sell you a brand, but the truth is that brand may not even be their own alcohol. So you have things like places like Indiana. Indiana is producing a lot of alcohol for other people in Kentucky because everybody think, oh, Kentucky is the only place to get that. No. Indiana literally is now the #1 producer of a lot of alcohol that people will take. Bardstown is also another place that will produce a lot of alcohol and barrel it for people. And then they come and taste it, blend it. So think about it. The juices are the ingredient, so that you can buy the ingredients somewhere else and then bring it in, and then you make the food for your audience to taste. But some people will grow the ingredient in-house and then bottle it themselves. So one of the perfect example is Old Carter. So the one thing you have to pay attention to is that by the liquor regulation, if you look at any bottle, the alcohol was not made in that specific brand house, it has to tell you that it's been bottled somewhere. It will always say bottled in. Bottled in will mean that we don't own the alcohol, but we own the barrel and we are bottling it for you. So if you look comparatively to this bottle that we have here, it will say distilled and bottled. So if it's made in house, you see distilled and bottled. But if you're a source, it can tell you distilled in Tennessee, bottled in Kentucky. So by law, they have to tell you that. So if you're somebody who like authentic stuff, you don't want somebody to trick you. When you look at it, no shade to the people that source their whiskey, but you need to know that your whiskey was sourced somewhere else and was made by somebody else. Also, those attribute of those bottles can cross line. So we can have a barrel proof source whiskey. We can have a small batch that is also barrel proof. We can have a bottling bond that can also be a small batch. So those attribute goes with the type of whiskey that you're trying to make. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. For more information and more reviews like this, please check out the links below. Subscribe to my channel, and please check out my IG for more daily contents and way to make cocktails. And if you want to wear awesome gears like this, check out my website on the description below.